Today we're going to look at 5 examples you can start using in Excel today. They're going to make your life a lot easier. They're practical business cases and something that we've had to do at one point or another. First, we're going to take this sample payroll calculator. We have our employees, we have how many hours they worked, and we have what they made per hour. We're going to find how much they get paid each week based on these hours and the cost, get a total for the hours, wages, and the salary, then we'll get an average. So first, we click where we want to see the result, equals, click the hours. We're going to multiply. So we can do it 2 ways. We can do the asterisk and click right here, hit enter. There's the weekly. Or you can use this function, equals product, click the hours, and just like before, click here, close the parentheses and hit enter. Another thing you can do is you can take either of these, copy it. So right click, copy, and select where you want, left click, paste. And there it is. And whenever this updates here, let's say it was 46, you can enter it here. You'll see this number update right here. Now we're going to get a total. So we can do it one of 2 ways. The first, you press equals, sum, and you can select everything here. Or you can click each one, press a comma, close the parentheses, hit enter. 316 hours. We have our wage per hour. Let's say we want to get an average. Equals average. And you can select these again, or you can do an individual click, comma, and so on. I prefer to do the selecting everything, close the parentheses, press enter. Then we can take our weekly salary for our total, equals sum, select that, close the parentheses, press enter. Now we'll take our average salary. All we're going to do is average all of these. So equals average, select, close the parentheses, press enter. That's the end of it. Now we're going to do some basic cost estimating. Let's say we're a baker. We have to figure out what our input costs are, and we're going to sell a cake. We've got yellow cake, 15 cents each unit, and a unit of width, length, or depth. Let's say it's an inch, for example. You've got chocolate cake at 18 cents and 21 for red velvet. So you have a total first, and we have, let's say this is the dimensions of the cake the customer wants. The first thing we'll do is what we learned already, equals product. You'll select these. So we've got 2 in depth, 4 in length, and 8 in width. Close the parentheses, press enter. 64 units. Total cost, all we do here is take our total units, and we're going to press F4 right here. What that does is make it an absolute reference. So when we copy this one down to here or here, what we can do is this cell will always multiply this amount by this, but these will change. So we do that times 15 cents. And what we can do is either copy this, and we get our numbers that adjust here. So if you change this to 19 cents, you'll see it adjusts. If you go back, you'll see it does that again. And what I just did there, actually, let's say you have it 19, you made a mistake, you want to undo it, move right up here, click the undo button, and that's it. Now we're going to take a look at projecting what we have to pay out to a supplier. Again, let's say we have a bakery. We've got sugar, butter, flour, we have different suppliers, and we have different quantities. We see that we have this set up in a similar way. Supplier 1 through 6 and supplier 1 through 6, the same items, sugar, butter, flour, sugar, butter, flour. What we're going to do here, click equals, press this one, multiply, that asterisk key, click that, enter, we have that. So we'll do it again here, supplier 2 times supplier 2. Let's say we have 100 of these and we don't want to do that. All we can do, click right here. You can click on this little nub and drag it where you want, and they'll follow through. And these formulas, you see, follow right along. Or we can do this, click one, copy it, right click, select where we want it, paste it, and the same thing happens. And maybe we want a total here, equals sum, select that, close the parentheses, press enter, and we have 2 options again. You can copy it, so you can right click and copy, or you can press Control or hold Control, press C, and then you can right click to paste, or what I prefer, you can hold Control, press V. Another option is autosum. So on the Home tab, if you click where you want the total to be, you're going to look right up here. It says autosum. It gives you where it's going to calculate. If that looks right, press Enter. If it doesn't, all you do is drag where you want it, Enter. And if we want to sum over here, we can do the same thing. Autosum, Enter, and it moves down. Autosum, Enter. That's it. Here we're going to do something a little bit similar, but let's assume we have prices here and we have to reference this cell. So we're going to show an absolute reference. All we do, we see we have it set up the same way, sugar, butter, flour, and we have our prices, suppliers 1 through 6, ordered the same way. So we will pick equals, click this, multiply, and then we're going to multiply that by the sugar price. We click there. Except instead of hitting enter, we press F4. You'll see dollar signs appear here. That's an absolute reference. So that way when we copy this thing downward, it's going to always multiply this number as it moves by this static reference. So you'll see we go here, press Control C again for copy, select where we want it, press Control V for paste, and you'll see that this one multiplies the blue by the red, and we wanted to multiply this one now by the red. So this one to move, that one won't. And it did, it did, it did. So to do it again, equals supplier cost for the category times the price. Press F4, enter. We copy, drag down, paste. And we can also do this. You select these, go here. You can paste that. But you'll see that this still says F4. We want G4. So you can do one of two things. You can click there, delete, and type a G. Or you can just click in here in the formula editor, move to this. When you get the arrow icon, click it, hold, drag it where you want it, press enter. And then we'll do the same copy with Control C, Control V, and everything is right in the world. And with total, again, we'll do equals sum, select these. That's what supplier 1's getting. And here we'll do autosum, click that, enter, click, enter. Oops. You see you got to check it. So you go autosum, that's not right. Select right there, enter. Autosum, not right again, select there, enter. But that's one reason that you can Control C for copy, Control V for paste. And if you press F2, it shows you exactly what it's referencing. And we'll do it one more time. Control C, Control V. And we will actually add these as well. So our total supplier payments, yep, equals sum. Drag it up, close the parentheses, enter. Control C for copy. And then we hold Shift, arrow key, Control V for paste. And now we have another way to do it that is more flexible. If this price changes, you'll see a lot of inputs. So if we go to 45 cents, everything that's adjusted by that updates automatically, perfect calculations, no room for human error. Our last one here is a little bit of an iterative function. So by that, I mean one step is based on the previous. So we have to make sure they're all correct. We're going to use formulas to let Excel do the heavy lifting for us. So what we want to see is how many customers will end with in year 10. We know we start with this, 100. New customers, we earn 25% per year. That's what it increases by. And the churn rate. So 15% of these new customers will leave. So, or 15% of the additional ones. So we have 25 hiring, 15 quitting, or joining and quitting. So first we'll pick where we start. Right here at the start number. Equals, click that, press enter. And then we're going to use the multiply function. So we go equals this times, and what is our new per year? 0.25. We're going to have to copy this down, so we want to think ahead. Press the F4 button, and we see that that becomes an absolute reference again. Enter. And then we'll go with quits. So how many quit? Equals, right there. Multiply. Click churn rate. F4 for absolute reference. Enter. End customers. We will take the start customers. We're going to add how many we gained and subtract how many we lost. Press enter. There it is. So what we can do now is take this number, and we're going to get our new customers, year 2, equals, right there. New customers, we'll again take the 110, multiply it by the 0.25. So we can take this and copy it right down. We see that that growth rate is accurate. Multiplies 110 by 0.25. And we'll do the same with quits. So we had 16.5 quit. And customers, again, this function will just add right here. And we don't even have to think about it. We don't have to practice. All we do is get the second line here. We'll copy that. Control C. Drag across what we want. Press Control V. And that's our number. Now we might want to change our format. So we'll do this. Select everything. General. Number. We started with 100 customers. At the end of year 10, we had 259. Let's call it 260. That's pretty much it. Basically, Excel will do all the work for you. You just have to let it. Know how to set it up, lay it out. Excel will play it out.